Have you ever felt paralyzed by fear, even though you know, God called you to this assignment? Like, you've got the vision, you've got the strategy, but resistance shows up in your life or in your bank account or even with those around you, and majority of the time in your mind. You're not alone. And today we're diving into the book of Jasher, one of those most powerful forgotten texts that holds the masterclass of kingdom courage. So grab a journal, grab a drink, grab a snack, whatever it is, and let's talk about what this ancient book could teach modern day entrepreneurs who are building by faith. Now, if you're not familiar with the book of Jasher, it's mentioned in the scripture twice, Joshua 10:13 and in 2 Samuel 1:18. It gives deeper context in a lot of the stories that we already know, and the theme that keeps jumping out is bold. Let me take you to Jasher chapter 13, where Abram, before he was Abraham, he walks away from idol worship, he walks away from his father's wealth, and literally stands alone in truth while the rest of the city bows down to idol worship and all false gods. How many of us today is still asking for permission when God already gave us the assignment? That kind of obedience and bravery is needed in the business today, especially when you're trailblazing, doing everything God's way, but yet the world is telling you otherwise and that it doesn't make sense. In another part of Jasher, we see Joseph's story fleshed out in more detail, and his courage wasn't one dramatic moment. It was when he was quiet, persistence, resilience, even while he was misunderstood, mistreated, and misjudged. I'm here to say that courage does not always look like loud declarations. Sometimes it's still choosing to show up and build when nobody is clapping. So the book of Jasher isn't just a history book, it's a spiritual mirror. When we look at how these men and women walked out of their assignments, we are now then reminded that kingdom courage does not come from hype, it comes from conviction. Just like I was mentioning in the previous video that I just recently posted, that we do not need to run away from conviction. Conviction is actually good, and that is God trying to teach us the corrections that we're needing because of the assignment he has placed on our life, on our business. So what are you convicted about? What's the mission that keeps tugging at your spirit when fear is trying to make you quit? So I want to challenge you this. In Jasher, Noah builds the ark in the face of mockery, and Moses leads the people out of Egypt from uncertainty. And Esther, she prepares to face a king not knowing if she was gonna live or die. But yet each and every one of them made the word faith a verb. And if you didn't know, that's where the podcast I here am posting, Imuna and exertion. Imuna means faith. Exertion is an action, an urgent action. You are doing faith in action. They then took steps with no guarantee of applause, results, or validation. Just the word of the Lord in their spirit. Isn't that what building a spirit-led business sometimes feel like? So of course I had to lead you with some steps to apply not only this information, but practical ways to apply Jasher's inspired courage in your business starting today. Number one, silence the inner resistance with scripture. Resistance will come in a form of doubt, perfectionism, procrastination. Counter it with the word. Speak truth over your business every single morning. And number two, stop waiting for clarity to move. Just like Abram, sometimes you got to move without the full instructions and walk by faith. The details come in the doing. Launch the offer, post the message, and pitch the service. Make obedience your metric. I cannot stress this one enough. And instead of asking, did I go viral or did I make 10,000 this month? Ask, was I obedient to what God asked, or was I obedient to what God told me to do? That's the metric that heaven will do for eternity. Listen, if fear has been making you feel stuck lately, or if resistance has been louder than your vision lately, go read the book of Jasher, and with a journal and pen so you can write and take notes. Again, like I mentioned previously, pray for revelation instead of just praying for information while reading these books. Because what is in those books is prophetic, and it gives you the permission to move boldly. You weren't called just to run a business. You were called to build a legacy of faith and break generational cycles. Don't let fear rob you of your harvest. Now is your harvest season. I want you to comment below, what's one area in your business that is needing kingdom courage this week? And if you want more breakdowns just like these, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you can continue to apply all of this to your calling. Until next time, build boldly and fiercely, and make faith an action. Bye.